So, India is one of the most mysterious country in the world. As you all knows, full of myths, old buildings and houses that are full of histories. And where there's history, there are often dark tales, some of which seem to linger within the walls of the buildings that spawn them. These are the top 10 most scary places in India. 10. Chandan Nagar. Chandan Nagar is haunted by a little girl who is seen wandering the streets at wee hours. Ask anyone. Chandan Nagar has always been on the list of top 10 haunted places in India, and even those living in the area claim to not step out after 12 at night. According to the story, a little girl died in a mishap at a construction site in the area, but her spirit never left and still makes her presence felt in multiple incidents. People have seen the spirit of this little girl dressed in a frock, with a doll in her arms, strolling the streets. Shaniwarwada Fort. Shaniwarwada is a 17th century fort palace in Pune, India. It was built by Bajirao I, the first Peshwa of the Maratha Empire. The fort is said to be haunted by the ghost of Bajirao's son, Narayan Rao, who was murdered in 1773 by his uncle, Raghunath Rao. Bajirao was devastated by his son's death and died a few months later. 8. Rabindra Sarobar Metro Station, Kolkata, the city of joy, not only attracts visitors for its rich cultural places, but also its spooky sights that send chills down one's spine. This is considered to be one of the most haunted places in Kolkata, where several suicides have taken place since the last few decades. Passengers of the last train of the day claim to have seen figures and shadows that disappear in a blink of an eye. 7. Ramoji Film City. Ramoji Film City RFC, the largest film studio in the world. But, like a twist in a movie plot, the film city has itself become a part of tales. The film city was constructed on the ground where Nizams of Hyderabad had fought against the enemy armies. Many soldiers lost their lives in these wars. It is said that the spirits of these soldiers who died still wander restlessly there. Many claim to have seen or do scribblings on mirrors. The cast and crew members have reported damage to gadgets and half-eaten food when left for a while. 6. Malcha Mahal. Delhi, the historical capital of India, is all about stories of the past. Among several landmarks, there's one unusual place that stands out as a whispered legend of supernatural intrigue known as Malcha Mahal. Malcha Mahal, a Tughlaq-era hunting lodge built in 1325 by Pharaoh Shah Tughlaq. As per locals, the palace is haunted by the spirit of Begum Wilayat Mahal. She committed suicide after allegedly gulping down crushed diamonds. 5. Charleville Mansion. Charleville Mansion is a lush mansion located in the hills of Shimla. A British man, Victor Bailey, was appointed as the Assistant Secretary of Railway Board and was posted in Shimla in October 1913. Victor and his wife spent a considerable time looking for a perfect home for them and settled for Charleville Mansion owing to its location and the low rent. But they didn't know that the house was known to have a poltergeist. In fact, before them, an army officer used to live in that mansion. Even though he didn't believe in ghosts, he wanted to test the authenticity of the mystery surrounding that home. So he decided to lock the room where most of the haunted activities were reported. One night a large crash was heard, and he was astonished to find the room in shatters. Everything had been turned upside down. Horrified, he decided to vacate the home. Since then the house has seen several occupants, and all of them have their own experiences to share. 4. Shimla-Kalka Train Route 33. Colonel Brog, an English railway engineer, was given the charge of building this tunnel in 1898. He was given a strict deadline for completing his assignment. In order to achieve the target and given time limit, Brog ordered laborers to dig both the sides of the mountain, thinking that they will meet at the center and he will get the desired tunnel. Alas, there was some miscalculation in Brog's work, and his idea of digging the hills was a complete failure. The British government was so annoyed with him that they charged him with a 1 rupee fine. He had nobody to share his sorrow with except his little dog. One day, when he was in a walk accompanied by his dog, he committed suicide by firing himself. The local people of Shimla believe that there exists some kind of eeriness inside the tunnel. People have also seen the ghost of Colonel Brog in and out of the tunnel. 3. Dumas Beach Black Sand. Located along the Arabian Sea, Dumas Beach is considered one of the most haunted places in Gujarat. The beach is renowned for two things: one for its black sand and other for being haunted. It is said that Dumas Beach was once used as a Hindu burial ground, and hence is possessed by several haunting spirits that never left the region. Folklore explains that the existence of black sand is because of amount of ash created by burning the dead, which got mixed with white sand of the beach and turned dark in shade. 2. Brij Raj Bhavan. Brij Raj Bhavan was used as a personal residence by the British official and their family during the British regime in India. When the famous Sepoy Mutiny broke out in 1857, a group of Indian soldiers attacked the Brij Raj Bhavan palace too. They broke into the mansion and made Major Burton's men to flee. Finally, they killed the English officer and his children living in the palace. After the murder, the then King of Kota recovered the dead bodies and buried them in the central hall of the palace. Soon after, reportedly, the local residents of the area began seeing strange figures and hearing spooky sounds. 1. Bhangarh Fort. Back to long time ago, Princess Ratnavati of Bhangarh was responsible for the apocalyptic situation which befell the fort. A local black magician fell in love with her and once tried to bewitch a cosmetic she was supposed to use to make her fall in love with him. The princess smelled suspicion and foiled the entire conspiracy of the black magician by pouring the bewitched cosmetic over a massive stone boulder, which then supposedly crushed the tantric to death. Before the magician breathed his last, he placed a curse upon the entire landscape, that no soul would ever be able to live in peace there. The whole landscape around the Bhangarh Fort has been haunted since. With all that said, I've been your host Top 10 Addict, and I'll catch you specifically in the next video. Thanks all.